Yo guys, Tickzz here. Let's dive into the Tank Arena tier list guide for 13.15. As always, there are a lot of tier lists out there and they're based on statistics that showcase win rates across all ranks. And this cannot be clearer than this one right here. A lot of these tanks are not that high up on the statistics, but every time I face them in Gladiator rank, I just don't know what to do. I'm picking something like Victor, Vega, or whatever, and they'll pick a Mundo. And oh boy, does it suck when they just run you down. This champion is crazy. But before we get into Mundo, let's talk about Maokai. If you open something like Blitz or something like that, you'll see that he's in the second tier with a win rate of 26% for first place. Now, I truly believe that this champion is one of the absolute best champions in the game. He's great early, he's great mid game, he's great late game. He'll dish out a lot of damage, and better than that, he's tanky. There are so many options for the augments. You can choose anything. You can go something like Goliath for Prismatic, Courage of the Colossus. There are other options as well. You can do something like Perseverance, Rabble Rousing, Celestial Body for the gold ones. You can even go Recursion if you want the ability haste. Trust me, this is good. It works with your passive. You can go Guilty Pleasure, and I promise you, if you get Guilty Pleasure, immobilizing a champion, 4% of your max health is restored. This is broken. All of these augments work on basically every single one of the tanks that I put in God tier or Great tier. So Guilty Pleasure, Tormentor, Frost Wraith is also really good here. You can even go one of the souls if you want to. I don't really like them, but it is possible. Perseverance, like I said before, Rabble Rousing. Every time you use an ability, it's 2% of your max health. It's broken. The thing about these tanks, they have low cooldowns later on. And in this game mode, you'll have a lot of ability haste as well. So just spam your abilities, heal 2%. If you immobilize them, heal 4% more. If you get Goliath, you have 35% more health and 15% more damage. Look at the damage statistics on this. It's a numbers game when it comes to the augments. Get the right ones and you win. A lot of people, they play tanks and they're like, no, but it sucks. I would also want to do damage. Well, pick a bruiser then. Just go for this. You'll be unstoppable. Don't pair two tanks together, right? You want to pair a tank with anything. AP carry, AD carry, bruiser, whatever. Assassin, anything works here. Just trust me on this one. They're absolutely broken. So, continuing on to this one here, we've got Maokai, right? This champion is so good. I've talked a little bit about it. Poppy as well. I love Poppy. If I see my teammate lock in something like Vega or whatever, I'll just play this. I'll type to them, put down a cage. They'll put a cage, they can't hit it. And then I'll just E them into it. It's so strong. There are so many options with this champion as well. Mundo, this champion just goes 1v9. It's crazy. What you really want to make sure of when you play Mundo is run him down, stack your Heartsteel, and then move away. You don't have to keep going for this. If you get something like Perseverance, you just want to make sure that you use the health regen, right? Do that on almost any of the tanks. If you go Heartsteel in a tank, proc it, get it stacked. Late game, you'll just stand in the pit, it gets smaller, and you'll just auto attack once, and it's like a piñata. You'll be doing 700 damage, and you'll see it snap from the cord. It's crazy, and there's this rank elo candy at the bottom of the map. Play this, I promise you. Alright, moving on to Skarner. This is an up and coming champion for this game mode. I really like it. You can pair it with a lot of different things. It has a lot of CC. You have flash every other map. Use it. Grab that marksman, grab that AP carry, and you just pull him back into whatever you're playing with. It's broken, man. This is a good champion. Alistair, on the other hand, he just creeped into this section. I really like Alistair. I think he's super flexible. You can play him as a tank, support, AP. So I think it's a really good champion. I've seen it played in so many different ways. You can even get like the Yumi augment and you can just push them away all the time. It works. There are so many ways you can play this champion, so trust me, it's a good choice. Nasus. Now, I'm not a big fan of this one, but I listen to you people and you're telling me it's good. So the more that I see it, the more I notice these small things, and I do think it's actually pretty good. A lot of people are playing, at least in the previous patch, a lot of people were playing AD carry with supports. If you put the Wither on them, they just don't have a lot of attack speed, huh? It's the same for any of the bruisers. If they're playing Fiora, you put Withering on them, And trust me, it really works. It's good. I get it. I don't really like it that much, but you do get some stacks from your passive stacks throughout the map, so I do see it being pretty good in the late game as well. Amumu, we covered this champion in the last video. I like it. I think it's fun. It's flexible. You can play it either as an AP carry, support, or tank. I do think it works better as a tank, or like off tank. Like I said before, you miss your Q, you wait for another one. Taric, it's almost always permabanned, but I do think I mean, of course it's good, it's permabanned, but I wouldn't go for this pick as much because it's a little bit teammate reliant. I mean, it works with a lot of things, but still. It's banned a lot. I wouldn't start playing this champion that much. You can pick something else like one of the other tanks in the God tier, and they just perform better. Singed. This champion, I see everyone playing it. I hate it. I think it's absolute garbage. Every time I play versus it, I win. Every time I have it on my teammate, I lose. I hate it. It's not that good, but everyone's playing it. And they go Jeweled Gauntlet. I'm like, it's such a wasted prismatic augment on this champion. You can go for the other one. I think it's called Vulnerability, where your damage over time spells can crit. That's what you want. You don't want to waste a prismatic on this. Just go for that one. Trust me, it's better. Leona, I love this champion. If I play AD carry, I love having a Leona with me. If I play AP carry, I really like having this champion as well. I think it's great. It's slightly difficult. I know what you guys are saying. It's a support. It's really easy to solo queue. Yeah, but in this mode, the cooldowns are a little bit higher. So if you miss it, you can't just go in. You have to wait. And the problem is, if you miss your E, they'll come storming for you. So don't miss it. All right. I love this champion though. Zac, we've talked a little bit about it. I think it's pretty good. I think it's underrated. Honestly, play this. I think it's much better than a lot of the other champions. Rel, the upcoming this patch's buff, they're crazy. All right, they're actually really, really good. Thresh, I kind of like this champion. I think you want to play it with like Infinity Edge and Rapid Fire Cannon, and then you want to kind of play like a little bit of a tank support-ish. It's fun, man. It's fun. If you hit the Q and you have a lot of ability haste, it's actually really strong. Malphite, you already know this champion. It's very straightforward. Rammus, kind of the same as Malphite. Ornn, I don't really know about this champion. I haven't seen it that much, but I do have an idea that it would work. Kind of. Cassante, it's moderate difficulty. I think it's pretty good, actually. I've seen it. You can build a tank and you get a lot of damage as well. I actually really like this champion. The times that I've had it on my team, we usually win. I really like it, but I get that the statistics aren't that good for this champion because they can be it is a little bit of a difficult champion. Braum, Nuno, Tahm Kench, Cho'Gath, Nautilus, Sejuani, Sion. Why would ya? Why would you play this? You don't have to. You can just go for some of the other tier list champions here. I think they're much better. Now, I have seen Nuno work. I've seen people play like the cannon thing, where you're attached and you use your ulti and you jump in and you pop someone. But the odds of this happening, they aren't that high. It's like a TikTok champion. You can make some really fun clips with it, but I don't think it's that sustainable, honestly. Pick something else. Tahm Kench, miss your knock up. You can still do damage. I think it's actually an okay champion. I've seen it 3 times, I think. I don't think it's that bad. I think it might actually, it could fit in the good category here. But yeah, I would play other champions over this. But if you want to play Tahm Kench, I think it would work actually. Nautilus, not that good. I think it's better if you played off tank with a lot of AP here. Just because this the early game, it has a lot of damage. So you want to play this with something that scales very well. Sion, you're not gonna hit your Qs, man. It's too easy to dodge them. Sion's not that good. Sejuani, I can see it work. It's definitely better than a lot of the other champions in this tier, but it's really not that good. I would prefer having something like a CC heavy tank like Zac instead. I think that would be better. I also would prefer having an Amumu instead of the Sejuani, but I do think this champion would work. That being said, this is the tank arena tier list, and if you really want to grab that Gladiator rank, which is pretty, play some of the S tier champions here, Maokai, Poppy, Mundo, Skarner. You can also play Alistar, but I would prefer for you to go Maokai because it's such a good champion. Poppy as well. It's really, really strong. Just abuse these champions until they get nerfed. Play them. This will get you the Gladiator rank because they're easy and they're easy to play around. I think a lot of people play tanks and they mess up in duo because there are other duo sets of champions that are simply better. But if you're playing solo queue, I think tanks are some of the best champions you can play because they're so well-rounded. They go with almost anything. So honestly, I would play tanks if I were you, and I'm playing a lot of solo queue. Alright, well, thank you for watching, and don't forget that this is a part of my 6-part tier list guide, which I will update every single patch. So stay tuned for the support tier list, which comes out tomorrow. And do not forget to tune in on Twitch, as I'm streaming almost every single day, where I give a lot of tips and tricks. Now, I hope this guide will help you rank up and that you've learned something. So do not forget to follow and subscribe to the channel here and on Twitch. Good luck to you all, and I hope you climb, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.